Just came out to the studio to hook up the Squier guitar, make sure everything works on it, and then we're going to start, before I pull the strings off of it, I'm going to adjust the action on it, make sure that it plays correctly before I take the strings off and start diving into the electronics of it. But I just wanted to get it hooked up, make sure that it plays correctly, make sure that everything works right, the switches, make sure there's no scratchy pots or anything like that on it. So just hang out for a second, let me get it turned on. So volume pots are good. So everything seems to be in working order, so we can go ahead and start adjusting the action on this guitar to get it to play correctly, so that when we do put new strings on it and we get the pickups changed out and everything, it'll play correctly. We'll have to make minor adjustments to it, but so stick around. Okay, so we're out in the workshop, and first thing we're going to do is try to adjust the action on this guitar. And I don't know if you can see it, but the action is pretty high, and looking down the neck of the guitar, I can tell that there's a slight bow in it, just a little bit. That's much better. You can see that there. Way better on the action. Just peek right there. I mean, you can tell it's good action right there on that guitar. So we'll continue that, and I'll go ahead and tighten the strings up to see how that affects it, and then we'll try adjusting the bridge height to see if that makes a difference, and see how that goes. Alright, so I've got the action all adjusted on it. I went in and I did some work on the bridge. I lowered it a little bit, and then I did some truss rod adjustments on the truss rod, and it came out to be really great playable. It feels a lot better. Feels better, lower action, the intonation on it's okay. My next thing that really bothers me is this bridge right here. It's sitting a little bit high. I want it to sit absolutely parallel with the body. So I'm going to go ahead, flip it over, and we're going to take off the back plate and tighten up on the bridge screws a little bit. So obviously somebody's done some work, because it's got some tape on the bridge. One of the springs is missing, obviously. So I'm pretty sure I have one of those somewhere. My giant pile of shit that I have in my studio. Let's see here. And I'm more than willing to bet that that would compensate for the fact that would explain why the bridge is actually riding high. And let's see what happens. Let's see here. And yeah, so now it's actually running low, so it's actually pressed all the way up against the bottom of it now. So now we're going to go ahead and loosen it instead of tighten it. Yeah, that's perfect. See that? The bridge is parallel with the body. So you've got a little bit of wave, and of course we're going to be putting some different strings on it, so that may affect it also. Just be a little bit higher. Yeah, so there you go. Perfect. Okay, so we got the action adjusted. It sounds really good now. It's still a little high. But it's a lot better. Plays a lot better. So now we'll go ahead and take the strings off and pull the pickups off. So. Okay, so we've got the faceplate off, and as you can see, it's a standard humbucker configuration. We have both of the humbuckers going to the ground right here, and then coming up here, going to this lead and this lead here. That's both the humbuckers. So it should be a fairly easy rewire once we get the new pickups in, and it should. It's got a good. I like the caps on it. I'll go ahead and keep those. But yeah, it looks like a pretty easy setup. So we went ahead and got the pickups off the Strat and took the pick guard off and took the pickups out, and so we're waiting for the new pickups to arrive, and when we do, we'll make that on the next video on how to get them soldered in. So thanks for joining me.